feels like I've been away for a long time. So about 2 weeks ago, I hurt my foot and I haven't been able to walk. So it's not a broken bone, but it's also not a broken bone. I've been to the doctor many times and it's been kind of a bummer because it's summer and there's lots of animals moving, and I have been stuck in bed with my leg in the air for longer than I like. So, but I shouldn't be complaining because it is 2 weeks later and I am hobbling around at least, but it probably means no hiking for me for an unknown period of time, hopefully not needing surgery or something like that. Anyway, getting old and falling apart, but my foot works well enough to be able to drive without a great deal of pain. So I've rearranged all my goals for the near future here for snakes that I can find from a car, or snakes that may be best found from a car. And the first of those I'm going to do tonight is to go look for a saddled leaf-nosed snake. It's not a very impressive little thing. It's another brown snake with brown bands, but you don't see them all that often, and they're really actually interesting specialists. I'm going to get on the road. It feels good to be back outside. To me, one of the really cool things about this species, just on my own experience, is that I used to see them all the time, maybe 20 years ago now, or more, when I had no idea what I was doing. But I would see these snakes probably more than any other snakes during the summer, and then I didn't see them anymore. And the reason for that is, I know now, just bias. Both of the leaf-nosed snakes do really well. They're really active, looking for lizard eggs during hot, dry, sometimes windy nights in the middle of June, which is not what any other snake really wants at all. So it makes sense that I was seeing them when I was out in really terrible conditions and not seeing anything else, because I stopped going out on those really bad nights when the conditions were just awful. Got one snake already. Oh, it's just a gopher snake. Come on, let's go. Get off the road. I should have brought a hook. I'll just pick it up. Not very gracious, I know, but yeah, there's a car coming, so I don't have time to mess with it. And I also don't like holes in my hands, so I don't like being bitten by anything. Oh well, everybody's good. Get back on the road. All right, I have been driving on these roads for 3 hours now, and total animals seen: 1 dead diamondback and 2 red spotted toads. So this is kind of how it is in June though. There's not much moving. Very hot and exceptionally dry, and that's why, yeah, I haven't seen many of these snakes, is because these are not conditions that you get excited about going out to go find snakes on roads. I'll just keep at it. I've got my favorite type of listening for this kind of stuff.
Shown, and they almost
failed expeditions in tropical and Arctic environments.
June 25th, 1856.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to it.
The cyan had
It's like a sand snake. Got a banded sand snake here. All right, we're gonna grab him and get some photos. Cool. Wow, it's one of the coolest little snakes that's around here. And he's pooping all over me. So I think that gives me an excuse to be out here for maybe another 2 or 3 hours. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it is hard to find these little leaf-nosed snakes, but at least when there's some bycatch, it's entertaining. So we'll get back to it. Okay, nothing's awake. I'm gonna call it a night. I'll try it again this week. So this ends day 1 of looking for a saddle leaf-nosed snake. I'll see you at day 2. All right, it's 2 days later. It's still hot outside. I'm headed out to try again for a saddled leaf-nosed snake. Jeff is texting me. The other day I found a speck in my driveway and was hobbling down there to get it. So we were just talking about how stupid that is. The weather feels just absolutely terrible for snake activity. It's hot and incredibly dry with a haze and a bright moon. It's not what snakes like, but it is what saddle leaf nose snakes like. Fingers crossed. Not going to put in too much effort tonight. Maybe I'll cruise around for a couple hours, listen to a new audiobook about doomed expeditions. Well, I had to stop faster than we could to turn the camera on, but here's another sand snake being cool. All right, back to it. That's what I'm looking at. Little teeny tiny baby western banded gecko. Oh, get out of here. It's a few hours later. I'm calling it. Nothing. I mean, just that one sand snake, one lizard, and a scorpion. All right, I'll try again in a couple days. See how it goes. All right, it's a couple days later. Super hot today, full moon, drier than ever. Terrible conditions to go look for snakes. So we're gonna try anyway. Attempt number 3 to get a saddle leaf nose snake in my neighborhood. Let's go. I just picked this up today too. Look how pretty. It's for our fence team. I drive a dirty Prius. The fencing team drives the good stuff. So on nights like this, the reason that we are unlikely to actually see a snake is because it's actually dangerous for an animal to be out right now. They do not know when they're going to get their next chance to drink. The last time that a raindrop fell here at this point was a few months ago, and it hit 118 degrees Fahrenheit in Phoenix. It's just not a good time to be an animal living in the desert, so they spend most of their time hiding, trying to just preserve that moisture as much as they can. And if they're going to come out and risk their life, it's going to be for some good reason. Coming out in something like this, there's not a lot of prey moving, there's not much going on. Amazing that they can live at all, especially when there's a full moon that's bringing down a lot of light. There's a lot of threat from predators, but some animals, like saddle leaf nose, kind of like this stuff. So I'm gonna look anyway. I'm gonna stop here real fast and see if there's any rattlesnakes on our road. So if they come out, this is a great area for them because it has all the good stuff at the base of a north-facing canyon. And that's why we don't see rattlesnakes here during the winter, but we suddenly see a whole bunch of them in the summer. This area is cooler, retains moisture better. If you want to beat the heat, if you want to stay in the shade all the time, this is the spot. Oh, there's one. There's a speckled rattlesnake right there. Cool. Good way to start the night. So notice that animal is stationary. It crawled out of a hole 5 feet away. It's not an animal that you would see if you were looking for him on a roadway. You might notice I'm not limping very much or at all right now. My foot injury has left. I'm almost better. I can't quite hike yet, but I think I'll come back out here in the morning and see if I can get some photos over with a better camera. Well, nothing yet. If this were in the monsoon and there was some moisture, that first hour right after sunset, probably would have seen 5 or 6 snakes easily. All right, it's been about an hour and a half, and it's dead out here. No snakes, no lizards, no scorpions, no birds. Nothing is moving. it's hard to stay motivated. That's one of the things about this kind of road riding. I first started doing this a long time ago. This is the way I love to do it because it's exciting. You can see all these different crazy things. You don't really have to know very much about how to find snakes, to find them on roads. But now that I know where to find most of the things that I'm primarily interested in, I just have a hard time like staying awake, I guess. Like just driving back and forth on a road for 200 miles in a night. I need to be seeing snakes or wildlife or something at some interval to keep it interesting. I think what I'm gonna do, give it another half hour and call it a night. You don't learn anything if you don't try. Okay, there's one thing. Where's he going? That's the Snoring Desert Crow. That's the poisonous one that people don't like because it actually kills a lot more dogs than rattlesnakes do. Chubby toad is much more dangerous. All right, that's the end of attempt number 3. See you in a couple days. We actually got some storms, and I'm gonna head out again for installment number 4 on looking for a saddle leaf nose snake. But first, on the way out, we're gonna stop, see if we have any bonus snakes hanging out here. I thought we'd see one snake come down, getting a little monsoon. Oh, there's a big speckled rattlesnake. Who are you? You're not Pinky. Sorry. Yeah, he's new. All right. Well, that's fun. I think I saw him a couple weeks ago. Big outflow here with some lightning, lots of wind. These are conditions for snakes moving. Well, that didn't take long. Oh, come here, little wiggly dude. Come on. These are like the only snakes I see out here, apparently. God. Hi, owl. What are you doing? Dude, you gotta go. I'll go around you, I guess. Yeah, I get it. Come on, let's go. What's wrong with you, owl? Okay, I've only been cruising for an hour and a half, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits. There's just nothing on the road. There was an initial sand snake. There's barely even toads out, and there's a little bit of rain starting with some big thunder coming in too. So I'm gonna take a hint from the animals that seem to know something that I don't, and this will conclude this session. See you in a few days. So we just got sideswiped by a big storm. We didn't get any of it, but we did get a lot of the moisture and the wind and all that, which means that it's time to go look for snakes. I'm gonna go check out a new spot that I scouted in the spring. So I've never been there before at night. I'm gonna go check it out. Hopefully see some speckles, maybe some tigers, maybe some diamondbacks, maybe some blacktails, who knows. Oh, there's a long-nosed snake right there. Hey, buddy. I'll take a picture of you and leave you alone. It's so oddly quiet, and there's not a single insect making a sound. Maybe these conditions are just too weird. Just because it feels nice doesn't mean that everything is going to suddenly become active. I'll wrap it up with one long-nosed snake. Try again in a couple weeks. The wind just really picked up, and it looks like the storm has changed direction, so I'm going to ride him back, or else I'm going to be swimming back to the car. That would explain it. Everything's kind of hunkered down, so I'm going to do the same. Here's one cool thing. It's a baby Gila monster. Gila guy. He's so small. He's like the size of a dollar bill. All right, get out of here. The storm's coming. All right, well, it's not a snake, but that definitely makes my night. I'm gonna cruise around a little bit. And there's one more thing out. You know, I get that people can be scared of snakes and all that, but that thing when people just see any animal like this and just freak out, or leave that stupid freak out face or running emoji when they see this stuff, when you actually see these animals for what they are, which is this a thing crawling around. It's at my feet. I'm not in danger. When you see it that way, all that fear just looks so stupid, and it'll never look the same again. Very cool snake. He's all excited about this weather. There it is, leaving the road. It's another long-nosed snake. It's a nice one. Yeah, that's actually a really big long-nosed snake. Look at that guy. That's cool. All right, see you later, buddy. No way. There's a second baby Gila monster. 2 baby Gilas in one night. This one's a little bigger than the last one. Still under a foot long. All right, dude, stay off the road. All right, we got another one. Oh, well, here it is. A saddle leaf nose snake. Not expected tonight, but I guess 5th time is the charm. And coming up here to cruise instead of hiking produced it. Look at this cool little guy. Whoa, it's gonna go into this defensive posture and it's gonna do these faux strikes. Look what it does. It's not actually trying to bite me. If you were to look at it, its mouth doesn't actually open when it does. This is all just a ruse. And it's just trying to look scary. He hisses. Okay, look at his face. See that little thing on his nose? So this snake specializes in lizard eggs, and that's why they're around in June. This is when lizards are hatching, and there's a lot of lizard eggs out there. So this is when they're really active on otherwise pretty dry nights. So this is not really what I was expecting tonight, but very cool. Super excited about this. So I'm gonna get some photos of it. All right, we did it. This is cool. This is more or less in my backyard, and that's what I wanted to see. The saddled leaf nose snake, one of the least seen animals in this region. I might not see one again this year or next year. To put it in perspective, I see more mountain lions than I see saddle leaf nose snakes. You got to see how much effort that took, probably 15 hours or so. I mean, I guess 1 hour per centimeter, essentially. All right, I'm gonna put it up here and let this little thing crawl off to go out and get some more of those lizard eggs while they're still in there. The little snake doesn't look all that special, but there's just a lot of cool things to find out here. And of all the things I could see out here tonight, I'm glad that that is the one, especially since I think I can go home now.